Today I'm explaining seller's financing and how to use it. This is something that I've done personally a handful of times. These can make for really good deals when you find the right seller and the right property. So there's two types of seller's financing. You have a wrap slash subject to. This is where you're going in and you're taking over someone's existing mortgage. Then you have the more traditional seller's financing where the property is owned free and clear. And then you're just going in and creating mortgage terms with the seller. I'm gonna get into both of those a little bit deeper, but I wanna start off with bank financing first so you're able to really compare apples to apples. So when you're going in to get pre-approved with the bank, they're looking at your credit, they're looking at your income, they're looking at your debt, and based off of that, they come up with a pre-approval amount. And if you're buying a house to live in, you can get in with 3 to 5% down, and which is called an owner-occupied loan. And then if you're looking to buy an investment property, they want 15 to 20% down, which they call those non-owner occupied loan. And then the interest rate that the bank is going to give you is based off of the current financial markets. That's pretty much how that works. To hop into seller's financing, you have a wrap slash subject to. Again, this is where you're taking over someone's existing mortgage payment. This type of financing or structure is pretty much when a seller can't afford to make the mortgage payments and only has a little bit of equity. And the reason why this works as an advantage to you is because if they sold that property, they would likely take a loss. So you can pretty much give them, anywhere from $0 to $10,000 to be able to take over their mortgage. And generally, you only want to take over their mortgage if they have a lower interest rate than what the market is able to give you. So let's say, for example, they bought in between 2014 and 2022. They got a low interest rate, 3%, and their mortgage is $1,500 a month. But on the current market, if they sold it and you bought it through a bank, the mortgage might be $2,500. These opportunities make for good cash flow properties, and you can get in the door with, like, again, little money down. You don't gotta get approved by a bank or anything, and that's what that scenario is good for. And then you have traditional seller's financing where the property is owned free and clear by the seller, which is preferred. And the reason why the seller would want to do seller's financing is so that they can avoid a huge capital gain. So just think, they own this property free and clear, and they're gonna make a good chunk of money. And who wants to pay Uncle Sam a bunch of money if you don't have to? So a lot of times they're willing to take a down payment up front of whatever the negotiated amount that you guys come up with is. They'll take that, and then this allows them to to be able to make interest on the rest of their equity. So again, $100,000 property, if you put $10,000 down, they had $90,000, you owe them $90,000, and then whatever interest rate that you come up with, they're now making interest on that equity and getting it in small pieces and whatnot. So it just allows them to be able to not pay as much taxes, and then allows you the opportunity to be able to create the terms to be able to get the property. When I say create the terms, what I kind of mean is terms is like down payment. So if someone owns a property free and clear, depending on the relationship that you have with the person or how comfortable they are with you or their financial situation, it could be a small amount, it could be a larger amount. It really just depends. Or you can make it to where the payments are just paying down the loan and there is no interest, which could be a really good benefit. And there's just a lot of things that you're able to create. So in this video, I just really wanted to explain to you what it was so you know how to use it. I'm going to make way more videos going into how to structure it and how to find these type of sellers. But for now, I just wanted to be able to give you an understanding of what it was and how to use it.